Okay, class, we have practiced these on our own, and now we're going to go over them together. For Monday, the first two, you had to put whether it was a statement, command, question, or exclamation. We have not really talked about the types of sentences, so this will be new to you, so pay attention if you were confused. Number one, Kelsey, will you read it for me?
Did you fly or drive to California?
Okay, what do you think that is, Kelsey?
Question.
Question, good. So we put a question mark at the end of it. And then on the line, you just had to put that it is a question. Okay, number two. All right, Kelsey, go ahead.
Get out your math book.
Get out your math book. What do you think, Evangeline? A command. Very good. Command means they're telling you what to do. Okay, now you had to correct the sentences. So we're going to use our editing marks, and then what we do is rewrite the sentence on the line, okay? Amy asked who borrowed my eraser. So what should happen here with Amy?
Capitalize.
Capitalize. So I'm going to put 3 lines underneath Amy. Asked who borrowed my eraser. Now, if she's asking a question, and this is somebody talking, right? So what if we're talking, what needs to go around this word, these words that are being spoken? Evangeline? Not a period. In 2nd grade, did y'all talk about quotation marks?
Yes.
No, not really. Y'all didn't get to that. So when they're talking in the middle of a sentence and it sounds like they're saying something, it says Amy asked, comma, then you put quotation marks. And this would be capitalized. Who borrowed my eraser? Is that a question? Yes, because it says Amy asked. She's asking a question. So we would put a question mark on the end, circle it, and then you also put quotation mark.
I'll rewrite the whole sentence.
Okay, so what we would do in class on these, we are going to start doing it to where we do the editing marks together until we get the hang of it, because this is just practice for us. And then you guys on your own would go back and write the sentence how it should look. Okay? So Amy asked who borrowed my eraser. Does that look good? Sound good to everybody?
Yes.
And you guys can be using your editing marks paper that looks like this.
I did.
We inserted quotation marks right here, so we could put that little caret symbol too upside down, or a caret, yeah. Okay, and then if you're inserting punctuation at the end, you circle it. Okay, so we would I'm going to let you guys rewrite that on your own. If you miss some of it, then make sure you include the quotations, the comma, and the underline or the capitalization of the W. Okay, anything else on this one? Are we good?
Good.
Okay, number 4. Dallas, Dan's dog, has ate all of his food. Okay? Well, Dallas is the beginning of a sentence. It's also what? A name.
So you have to capitalize.
So we capitalize it. 3 lines go underneath. What about Dan's?
Capitalize.
Capitalized. Do we see anything else that's wrong with that?
Period.
No, before that. Dan's
Dog.
Dan's dog. Is that ownership? Is that his dog?
Yes.
So if we're putting an S at the end of it to show ownership, it needs to be an apostrophe S. Okay? So apostrophe would be like this. Insert that little caret, and then the apostrophe goes between the N and the S. Dallas, Dan's dog, has ate. Does that sound right? Has ate all of his food?
No.
Has what?
Has
Eaten. Okay? So we want to cross that out, and we're going to put the correct word above it. Okay? So this little squiggle means you're deleting that word, and we're putting this word in replace of it. Has eaten all of his food, and then the period goes at the end. Okay, number 5. Cracker, is that singular or plural?
plural? Plural.
So if you eat a bunch of cracker, you're going to say, I ate a bunch of cracker?
No, crackers.
Crackers is plural, right?
Yes.
So if I just say cracker, is that singular?
Yes.
Yeah, singular means it's just talking about one thing. Plural is more than one. Okay? Cracker is just talking about one, so we call that singular. Think of singular as single.
Singular.
Single means one. Singular means that word is only talking about one thing, okay? Now let's go to Tuesday. Correct these sentences. Laura and Rebecca brung water on their hike. Laura and Rebecca, both should be capitalized. Laura and Rebecca brung water on their hike. Nope, not bring. Brought. B-R-O-U-G-H-T. On their hike. I still see 2 more mistakes. What's one, Kelsey?
Because they put R-E.
Yes. This stands for they are. So if I said Laura and Rebecca brought water on they are hike, does that make sense?
No.
No, they use the wrong type of their. They're talking about their hike, meaning their personal hike. So we spell that T-H-E-I-R. And then the period. Okay. Number 2, let's ride our bikes to the lake. It will take an hour. Let's needs to be capitalized. What do I need to insert here before the S? What do I need to insert? What's it called?
Multiplication.
Kelsey?
Comma.
Apostrophe. Close. Apostrophe is up in the sky. Comma is down on the ground. Let's ride our bikes to the lake. It will take an hour. What else is missing? Does this sound like 2 sentences put together?
Yes.
So there's 2 options. I could separate these into 2 separate sentences by putting a period, or I can put a word in between them to make it all one sentence. Let's ride our bikes to the lake, and it will take an hour. I don't really like how that sounds because it doesn't really go together that way. Let's ride our bikes to the lake.
But it'll take an hour.
That's a good one. But it will take an hour. So if I'm going to add the word but, then I need to put a comma first and then insert the word but. But it will take an hour. Okay, we use the word an. Have y'all learned that? You use the word an if the word starts with a vowel or it has a vowel sound. Hour starts with a vowel sound, so we put an. hour. Okay. Moving through this a little bit quicker than I would like because we are about to go to lunch. So let's go ahead and finish these last 3 questions real quick. You had to write a sentence with each homophone pair. A homophone means they sound the same but are spelled differently. Flower and flower.
Flower.
It's talking about 2 different types of flour. This is the flour we pick, and this is the flour that we what? Cook with. Okay, so we had to combine those into one sentence. Anybody have a sentence they came up with? Bryson? You don't have one. Okay, Evangeline.
I put flour in my dough. I pick flowers out of my garden.
Okay, so 2 sentences. Okay. I put flour in my dough and picked flowers out of my garden. Or we could have said a flower to keep it singular, a flower. That way you're using the same word that they gave us. I put flour in my dough and picked a flower out of my garden. Very good. Okay, I and I. Okay, Kelsey, what'd you put there?
I said I went to see the eye doctor yesterday.
Very good. I went to see the eye doctor yesterday.
And I wrote I love to sing every day.
Okay, and the very last part, parts of a friendly letter. We haven't discussed this yet either, but I'll show you a quick little diagram, okay? If it says your friend at the bottom of a letter, y'all see that picture?
No, we didn't see it.
Oh. That's very blurry. Okay. But if it says your friend at the bottom of a letter, that's your closing. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Okay, so your closing is when you're getting ready to sign your letter and end it. So you're saying, sincerely, your friend, or best wishes, yours truly. So this would be your closing. Signature is where you sign it after your closing. Okay? The heading is at the top. The greeting is before you start writing your parts of your letter, and then the body is what you're talking about, and this is your closing. Okay? Now keep this in your work in progress. We will do the back side tomorrow or Wednesday and Thursday the rest of this week. Okay?